Hey guys, what's up? It's iFlynn here. Welcome to the second episode of the Sunday Sortie series, where we just, play the sorties on Sunday, and I talk about how I did the sorties and stuff like that. Today's a pretty easy one, because it's just like really short missions, no endurance runs or anything like that. We have a Sabotage, which is enemy elemental enhancement. Enemy units have been upgraded with additional heat damage, and possess superior elemental resistance, which is, alright, I guess. And then we have Spy Mission with enemy physical enhancement, which means they do more physical damage. And then we have a Rescue with Eximus Stronghold, which means every single enemy is going to be like an Eximus unit, pretty much. So, pretty straightforward. Sabotage, Spy Mission, Rescue. We can do all of these with Loki if we really want to. And, yeah, so we're just going to go ahead, jump in to the Sabotage mission. But I'm just going to show you guys the Loki Invis build again. Realistically, you can do these with any frames. Like, it's just, you just have to know how to play the frame type of thing. Like, you could jump in, you could do this with Mesa if you really wanted to. You could do this with a Naros. Banshee might be pushing it a little bit, but if you know how to keep your silence up, you should be fine. Ember, you can use a Firequake build. Equinox, you can use Sleep build. You can use Main build. Excalibur, Radio Blind, Exalted Blade build. Frost, Icy Avalanche build. Gara, anything you want to use, you can use in these types of missions because it's just so easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and, again, use Loki, use this Invis build right here, which is my config B to get it done fast. Vitality for health, Prime Continuity for duration, obviously combine that with Minded, Constitution for more duration, Prime Flow for energy, Rush so we can get through the mission faster, Natural Talent so I can cast fast, Streamline so we can cast more efficiently so we don't have to waste all of our energy, Cunning Drift on there as well for a little bit of range for our fourth ability, and then we have Energy Siphon on to keep our energy up, as well as we're going to be using Energy Overflow, or not Energy Overflow, but Energizing Dash, sorry, my head's in the past, Energizing Dash from the Xeneric skill tree to obviously replenish our energy, as well as energy pizzas slash cookies, depending on what you want to call them, which is just gear equipment. I'm using the Tigris Prime here, so I'm using a Corrosive Puncture, or not Corrosive Puncture, Corrosive Blast build. So basically, Prime Point Blank, doesn't have to be the Prime version, can be the regular. Hell's Chamber, Sweeping Insurrection on here for the 15k slash, Seeking Fury for the reload speed and the punch through, and then obviously my dual stat elemental mods, we have all of them on here. Making Corrosive by combining Electric and Toxin, and then making Blast by combining Fire and Ice. Moving on to the pistol, I'm using the Pandero. It's basically a crit build, so we have Hornet Strike, Lethal Torrent, Borrow the Fusion for our main damage. For our crit, we have Prime Pistol Gambit, Prime Target Cracker. You can use the regular version, but you will get less damage, of course. Pathogen Rounds, Convulsion for Corrosive, and then we have Prime Heated Charge on here for a little bit extra damage. You can swap this here out and throw on Hydraulic Crosshairs, which is what I like to do most of the time, unless I'm playing Mesa, which is why that was like that. And then I'm also using the Atarax. This is the build I'm using the Atarax. You can copy this build, throw it on your Orphos, throw it on your Guando, throw it on your Atarax, or you can use a build like this, which is more of like a status slash base build, which is just for kind of general usage. But this here one is more used for basically just killing Grenier in one shot, and then because you have your stealth bonus, and you're gonna get a multiplier from that and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead, equip a Carrier like so. Go ahead, change the appearance, make sure everything matches, and then I'll show you the Carrier build as well. You could throw different mods on here, but this is the one that I just use because I just don't want to form him anymore. You just got free form already. And this one keeps me alive, keeps the Carrier alive most of the time. You could throw on like Prime Regen and Sacrifice. If you die, it revives you, stuff like that. That's pretty cool as well, but it's kind of just down to the player what they want to use and how much effort they're willing to put into their Sentinel. And then last but not least, this is kind of a spoiler, so if you haven't completed the second dream, I recommend skipping like, I don't know, a couple seconds ahead in the video so you don't see what it is that's here. But I mean, if you're watching this video, you're obviously interested in sorties, you're interested in endgames, so I'm going to show it now in like 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've had your warning. So we're going to be using the Xeneric skill tree, and the abilities we're mainly going to be focusing on is Energy Pulse and Energizing Dash. Now we're going to have to make sure that we have those maxed out. You don't need to have them maxed out, but they're very nice to have maxed out. And then that is basically all you need from the Xeneric focus tree. But other than that, we're going to jump into these missions, get them done. It should be very easy. Make sure that you have your energy pizzas equipped in your gear right here if you're going to be using those. And then that's pretty much it. So let's just go ahead, jump in. The first mission is Sabotage, which means all we really have to do is run in here, destroy a thing, and then get out. We're going to be invisible for most of it, so the enemies aren't going to be shooting us, so we don't really have to kill the enemies. Probably just going to be completely like undetected for the majority of the run. So let's just go ahead, go invis. and then it's just destroying these mining machines. Now, it might actually occur where if you destroy these fast enough, then it might make you do like an exterminate. So, I mean, that's why you have to bring weapons which you can kill the enemies with. So, I would only recommend doing sorties if you are able to kill the enemies. Maybe if you're like not able to do that, bring a frame like Mesa or something, which is gonna make killing enemies like a lot easier, if that makes any sense. Because all you have to do is copy that crit build that I showed on my Pandero right there, and then you should have, well, not the hydraulic crosshairs one, but the one with the primed heated charge or the regular heated charge, and then you should be able to kill pretty much any enemy in the game with your with your peacemaker. So let's just snipe this machine, and there you go. There's the that's the mission completed. So easy peasy. Now you just have to get to the exit. Like I said, sometimes it makes it so that you have to actually kill enemies, like 20 enemies, or depending on how asshole-ish the game wants to be, it might even go all the way up to 120. Let's just go ahead and hack the alarm, recast my invis right here. There we go. Hack the console. Easy peasy. Done and dusted. Let's just go ahead, go through, and then get to the exit. So should be relatively easy to understand. You run in, you destroy the thing. Once the thing's destroyed, that's it. That's literally all there is to it. Grenier tile sets, I don't know, like the objectives on them, super easy to do. Like I find spy missions in the Grenier tile sets probably the easiest in the game. Corpus is also really easy, but I find myself like I accidentally mess up more often in Corpus tile sets than I do in Grenier tile sets. There are a few Grenier tile sets that, like, I mean, like, in terms of, like, spy missions, I mess up a few times, and if I mess it up, it's just like, oh, okay, well, screw this, I'm just going to continue doing the other spy vaults instead of messing around with this one, or trying to remedy it, I don't know. So, you know, you guys understand what I mean, but really the game gets difficult whenever it comes down to the Grenier bosses, I would say, because they're more annoying than, like, the actual Grenier missions themselves, I would say. Like, fighting Kayla, level 100 Kayla, people might find that difficult. I don't know. I don't find it difficult, but, you know, it's just an annoying fight, I guess. That's all, because there's, like, immunity stages. And those doors right there that drain your energy, most annoying thing in the game. I hate them. Hate them with a passion. Okay, but this should be relatively simple. It's just Grenier spy missions, easy peasy. Go for here, hack it. Just spam your spacebar, your X button, or whatever. And here is super easy as well. Let's go ahead and go into operator mode to do this. Actually, never mind, I can't for some reason. Derped it up. Do this. Get my energy back. Done. I could have just used energizing dash there as well, but I don't know. Don't know why I didn't do that. Kind of just used to using the energy cookies now, but notice how you're able to just, like, walk straight in, get the thing, and then get out again. Pretty good. I think I should have maybe waited until, like, the sorties reset, because this is going to be 2 weeks in a row that we did the Grenier tile sets, or a Grenier sortie. But, I mean, most people would struggle with Grenier sorties, because, like, these are the harder enemies to kill, you know, if that makes any sense. So, showing people that you don't have to necessarily run around and kill everything, kind of essential in my opinion. Kind of essential. So, if you guys are wondering how I, like, kind of just got all that momentum and jumped up there, basically, like, you just do a regular bullet jump and then you use your melee weapon to kind of propel yourself in the air just a little bit more, just as you're going up, I guess, if that makes any sense, because I see a lot of newer players struggle with, like, keeping that momentum in the air. So if you just use your melee weapon, kind of shoot yourself forward a little bit. So just do your double jump, and then at the very end of your double jump, just hit your E button or your melee button, then to propel you forward a little bit. Also, kind of depends on your attack speed as well. Like, the more attack speed you have, like, the faster you kind of go forward in the air, if that makes any sense. But this is the one tile set that I hate. I know you can, like, jump through a hole or whatever. Hold up. Here we go. You have to hack this. There's 3 consoles here that you have to hack. You don't have to hack all of them. You can hack 2 of them. But I'm just going to show all 3 of them. So here's the second console down this way. And it's this one right here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Easy. Done. And then you want to make your way back up here again. Make sure to recast your invis. If it goes off, keep an eye on that at all times. You only get 33 seconds. Not a lot. Hit this one over here. Like so. A lot of people ask me, like, how do you hack so good in the Grenier ones? And I'm just like, you spam spacebar or X. Pretty simple. And you want to walk past this guy. Walk up to the console. Hack it. Easy peasy. Grenadier spy mission done. That's all there is to it. Warframe in a nutshell, boys. Warframe in a nutshell. Like I said, you can come in here with like a Naris or whatever. You don't necessarily have to be playing a stealth frame. Stealth frames just kind of make it easier because you don't have to worry about like cameras and stuff picking you up. Implying you're keeping your stealth up, of course. Like you can use Ivara, you can use Ash, you can use whoever you really want. You could even just bring in you know, basically any frame and use what's that sentinel called? Shade? You can use Shade. As long as you don't like get in the combat, you should be fine. You know? Shade is it makes you go invisible while you're not in combat. So it's a pretty good sentinel to have, at least in my opinion. If you don't want to use Carrier, that is. But I just use Carrier because it's the tankiest one, and it just makes more sense for me to use. Also, sorry if I sound like a little bit congested. That's really occurring to me now. Sunday's usually my day off. I don't usually speak a lot on Sunday, so, you know, I'm only noticing that I sound just a tad bit off. Just a little bit. I don't know. It's weird, but here's a rescue mission. This is on the Uranus tile set. I've took to saying Uranus a lot more now instead of Uranus because people like to joke about it in the comment section below, like, haha, 12 by the way, he said Uranus, haha, XD. And then you get like one guy's like, I'm 34, and I still laugh at that joke. Like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Cool. So this is gonna be annoying because those little electric traps on the ground just really tick me off. I hate those so much. We're also most likely gonna get Leech Eximus here. Or Leech Eximus units, which will, am I lost? I think I might be lost. Leech Eximus units, which will drain our energy, but again, that's okay, because we have, Energizing Dash, Energy Cookies, Energy Pizzas, you know, whatever. Got the Electric Water. The Electric Water Field. Go invisible again. Sprint past these guys. Not triggering any alarms, because easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, go up the way again. Through this door. Whoop. Bunny hop. And here. Over here. Jump through this door. Oh, no. There you go. Easy kill. Easy kill. Oh. Then hit the slide at the end of my fall there, which is a big derp. So that's going to like automatically trigger the alarms. And what you're going to want to do is find your way to the hostage like as fast as possible. We're going to go through here. Hit this. Go up the way. And then jump over to him. Like so. And we're going to have to hack this. Like so. And this is going to make the water level go down. And then once the water level goes down, you can just hack these pods. And get the hostage out. See? Is he in this one? Okay, yeah. So first go. And then all you want to do is just sprint and exit. Don't bother killing the enemies or anything like that. Maybe disarm them if you're playing as Loki. So then they don't kill your hostage in the room as soon as he like, gets up. But realistically, we just want to be getting to the exit. And, you know, the guy's going to teleport behind us. So he's like actually right behind us. And then this is the end of the sortie. Right now. And we got... What did we get? We got a melee ribbon mod. Cool. So that's actually a pretty good turnout. That's like worth like 30, 40 platinum unveiled. If we unveil it, and then we get like, well, veiled, I guess you could say. If it's veiled, which means you don't know what weapon it is, then it's like 30 to 40 platinum. But then if you unveil it, and you get something good, then it'll be worth a lot more, if that makes any sense. But anyway, guys, that's another sortie done under the belt. Second episode. Thought it was pretty good. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, press that like button below. If you want to see more Warframe content from me, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.